Hello, everyone.
Nobody say anything.
Hi, Frank.
Welcome to the weekly meeting of the Phrancko Sweater Knitters. And welcome, everyone. Hi, Joellen.
Hello.
Hi, Summy. Hi, Alicia.
Hi.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Frank.
Hi, Will.
Hello.
Hi, Judith.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Kathy. Hi, Serena. Hi, Rana.
Hi, how are you? How's
Oh, good.
everybody?
You've got a microphone today.
I do.
It's nice to see you.
Are
Yes,
you in the jungle?
I am
Frank?
in South Carolina.
Oh my.
Well, you're
Same
just
as-
traveling everywhere.
It's very rainy and cold. I wasn't expecting it when I came here Thursday. And
Wow.
I'm visiting
It's
my friend
cold.
here for the weekend, for Memorial Day weekend, and it's been cold and rainy ever since I got here. But I took this picture out back. This is the rear fence along the rear of his property, and it neighbors this beautiful wooded area. So I thought that'd be a good backdrop for me today.
Have you seen any animals?
Nope, haven't seen any animals other than birds.
Yeah, I'll be in Charlotte next week.
Oh yeah? What are you doing in Charlotte?
I've got the best in-laws in the world. So visiting my in-laws and my
Nice.
grandnieces. My niece, Kaylee, had a baby that she brought to my wedding, like almost 4 years ago, and she was having trouble getting pregnant.
Oh.
In vitro fertilization, tried for years and years. Well, COVID comes, she's on her third, and I haven't seen two of them.
Oh, nice.
But I've mailed blankets. You got to make the baby blanket. You got to be a knitter. So now I got to rub a little. My husband says we got to rub a little gay on those girls.
They'll love
Every
it.
girl needs gay uncles.
That's right.
You got some great shoes.
So I
There
heard
you
you
go.
saying something about your roving. Want to tell us about your
Oh, loving
roving
it.
work?
Yeah, it's so much fun. So this is the swatch that I showed. Well, I don't have the swatch, but I showed a swatch last week that I was going to make the sweater, right? And then wait till Wednesday and start knitting. But I started Tuesday night, and then here's my sweater.
And that's made with
Ooh.
that roving you showed us.
Yeah, I really, really love it. It's very
That's
soft and
amazing.
squishy. And this is your Henley.
Oh,
So I'm gonna see if you. So I got the little Henley collar
oh, there
there.
it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to pick out some buttons, and I really like it. But yeah, since Tuesday night.
Wow.
Oh,
It goes fast.
mine's not going so fast.
Gentle, but
Sumner, what size needle are you using?
size 7. So a DK needle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just DK. Okay.
Just being really gentle with it because it drifts apart.
What
Funny, this
what is your
stitches are
stitch
strong.
gauge? What is your stitch gauge?
Um, you know, I think my stitch gauge will probably be worsted on this. I have it on my Knit Companion.
Uh-huh.
I love Knit Companion, by the way.
I just started using that.
Oh, I just love it. It's
Yeah.
really something. So I have 18 stitches for 4 inches.
Oh,
Wow.
so that's heavy worsted. Heavy worsted.
Yeah, that's like a worsted width, but
Yeah.
you got to be so gentle with it. I didn't want to pull it, so yeah.
Hold up
So
the
I guess
ball for
it's
people who didn't see it last week.
of the ball.
Yeah, like that. There.
Oh.
Yeah, it's unspun.
It's unspun and pulls apart.
Yeah, but it's really strong with the stitches.
Great.
So like a couple of things on your sweater that I need to do differently is no provisional cast under the arms, cable cast. And on my finishing, I'm not going to do the Kitchener bind off for it's too much. So it'll just be a traditional bind off because it won't allow for multiple pulls.
I see.
It would just fall apart. But I love the weight of it. I think it's pretty comfortable and it's gonna, I think, wear really well. Interesting when I spin it, because I always wash my swatching. When I spin it, it almost is dry. So it's very much like Shetland wool, where when you spin it dry, it's very dry. It only takes a little bit to dry. That's why I was able to start on Tuesday.
Right. Huh. Very cool.
But fun. So I bought another color of it, and I'll make your V-neck out of it.
Oh yeah. What's the other?
Because this is $10. I mean, that's not a lot.
Yeah.
You know, you get a sweater for under $40.
It's pretty
That's
good.
amazing.
Yeah.
My
So,
best friend is from Iceland, and one time she brought me back some of that in brown. I still haven't used it yet, but I'm going to run it through my spinning wheel and give it a little more integrity. And then I think I'm going to actually use another yarn along with it, another brown yarn, a hand spun that I made to make a coat. I'm going to make a coat because
that could be warm.
Here, it'll be warm. We don't need that much heavy gear in Colorado, except last year, Frank.
Yeah.
You don't need that much heavy gear in Colorado?
What is cold weather follow me around? Is that it? When I visited Colorado, it was the coldest week of the winter, I think. And now here I am in South Carolina, and all I'm hearing is how hot it's been until this week. Now it's really like 65 degrees.
Well,
That's
Frank,
funny.
don't
Oh,
feel
that's
bad
nice.
because it's cold at home too. It's cold in California right now too.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah, it's been gray skies and, like it's not that cold, but it's been cloudy and overcast the last 2 days.
I see.
Frank, I'm knitting my Phrancko sweater. I'm saying it now, so I won't get. There you go, Judith.
Wonderful, Judith. Wonderful.
I don't have much to show more than last week. I've started a sleeve, and I made it almost straight without many decreases, and didn't like it, so ripped it. Did it again, made some mistake, ripped it, and now they say what, third time's a charm.
Yeah.
Right.
In French it's jamais deux sans trois, means never twice without a third time. I like the way that sounds.
Yeah.
Jamais deux sans trois. Yeah.
Sounds like we're going to a party.
Je n'ai deux, sauf je n'ai deux, sans trois.
Jamais is never.
Je
Deux
mets
is
deux,
two.
sans trois.
Sans is without.
And trois is three.
Trois is, yeah.
That's very cool. So
that that was today's French lesson, everyone. There's a test next week.
That's funny.
Let's back up to, where did you not put increases that you'd want?
No, decreases. I'm sorry, decreases for the sleeves.
Oh, you did the sleeves straight.
Almost.
That's what you did.
Without that many decreases.
I see. And then you didn't like the way it fit.
Nah.
So, are you making it long sleeve?
Yes, I am.
And you're doing the sleeves before you finish the body, it looks like.
Yes.
Wow.
I enjoyed that. No, I enjoy more doing the body than the sleeves.
I see.
And it helps me check how much yarn I need. I shouldn't, I should have enough, but.
And this is fingering?
It is, yeah. It's a sock yarn. It's 70% wool and 30% mohair.
Oh, beautiful. I love mohair.
Yeah.
Hold it up again so we can see what you've got.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's pretty.
And you're doing it in seed stitch? Is that seed stitch?
It's called a sand pattern from Barbara Walker in one of her books.
Oh.
So it's alternating rows of knit stitches, and then the other row you have some purl and knit stitches, and so it looks like when it's washed. Well, the back side is nice too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's pretty.
That's the back side, and well, whether you choose it. And I've chose this.
Very nice.
Huh. Looks like a firm fabric.
Yeah. A bird fabric? That's funny. That's funny because the shop that dyes it, well, this is natural color, but they have some other colors. The shop that dyes it is called the Small Bird Workshop. So that's funny that you say that.
There's the bird. Oh.
That's cute.
I like the fact, Judith and Frank too, on your sweaters that you're working on, that you did it in light colors to show the detail of the stitches.
Yes. Well, if I'm doing this much work to work on stitches, I want them to show. So that's it.
And that's excessive.
My progress. I haven't made a lot of progress this week, but I guess it's coming along.
Oh, you made a lot of progress.
Wow. Oh, that's a lot. That's beautiful.
And I'm disappearing.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Oh, lovely.
That's gorgeous.
Very pretty.
And
that's neat.
Let's see, there's the shoulder and the saddle that goes up over the shoulder to the neckline.
I love that.
Very nice.
Wow.
So that's where we are. I'm down to doing the diagonal recess down to the place where I separate off the sleeves. So I guess I've made some progress.
Oh, yeah.
Very impressive. So my button lady friend is not here. I was curious what kind of buttons I was going to put on my Henley.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I might do a reinforced buttonhole because this is such a drifty fabric. If it's going to take buttoning and unbuttoning and,
oh yeah,
you know, I think I'll reinforce it. But got to pick them first, I guess.
You could do the placket in like a different yarn that's just slightly darker or something. That would be pretty.
Yeah, I think if I did it in a really tight needle, like if I go down 3 needle sizes, then I'm going to be fine.
Yeah.
But I still might want to reinforce it.
I like the look of those reinforced buttonholes.
Yeah, me too. And then I was thinking of, maybe even in doing the ribbing and the collar in a different color, but staying with a loppy, maybe a little loppy instead of the unspun. Do a spun loppy for the hem.
That'd be pretty.
Just I don't know, because I do love that Kitchener bind off that you do, Frank. It looks so nice.
Yeah.
There's no way I could do it with this stuff.
Yeah, no, it would fall apart by the time
you
do that many times.
But if you spun it like Kathy is going to do hers, if you spun it just a little bit for the ribbing and then the binding off, would that work?
Oh, it would, but I don't have the talent to spin it. So that ain't going to happen. And funny, I think if you spun this, it would probably spin to fingering.
Yeah, right.
Because it's so puffy. Or sport weight, I guess, would be more accurate. But who doesn't love a sweater in like 2.5 weeks? The fast knit.
Yeah.
It's something else.
You need to buy a new wardrobe. Put all your sweaters in, or start up a sweater shop, one or the other.
Yeah, this is a fast knit. This is something else. But
Do you think it's going to be itchy?
I love this feel on my skin.
You do,
but I also love Shetland wool. So, I mean, I'm not a good judge of if I think it'll be itchy.
Because you like it. Got it.
Because I kind of like it. I like that woolliness on my skin.
Okay, yeah.
But I've had people that I was looking at on like YouTube and stuff who were knitting with it really enjoy it and say they didn't find it itchy and didn't even need it more than a t-shirt underneath it.
Okay.
So, because it is puffy, and I thought I would find a lot more like foreign materials in the yarn itself because maybe it wasn't clean so good. But I have to say it's a very clean yarn, which I've not always experienced with Lopi, where you're pulling twigs out and leaves and pebbles and stuff, right?
Right.
This is actually pretty clean. Out of about the 300 yards that I've knit already, I think I've only pulled out one piece of straw.
Wow.
So that's not bad.
That's not bad.
But knitting it, I feel like it needs a good soaking, like in some wool wash.
Okay.
Because I feel a little bit of the dusty.
Got it.
Just from what it is, I think. Yeah.
Almost like if you're working with like paper all day, like you get that little bit of, yeah.
Yeah. But knitting it over, what's Tuesday? Like, so I've been knitting for 5 days with it. Loving it. And no longer panicked when the yarn breaks.
Right.
Very easy to reattach and pick up where you left off.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you just like, rub it back together? I've seen people, they just kind of spit splice it, or you just pick it up.
Don't even need the spit. Just put it together and done. And start knitting.
Nice.
Yeah. And you can't see where you join. Like, who knows where I joined and where I didn't. Like, there's no way to tell.
Gotcha.
But, and I've tried it on. It actually fits remarkably good. And I was thinking, this particular yarn, I'm going to show this sweater in my yarn shop and have it hang as a sample for the Palotalopi. Because with like a Phrancko sweater, you just pick the yarn you want. You pick the needles you like, the fabric you get, and then you make the sweater. Like, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You're not having to pick a pattern and then try to find something that maybe works with it. It's the other way around.
Right.
And it's almost like the way that it should be.
Yeah. Then you don't have to try and get the gauge that the designer gets.
Right. It's your gauge. It's your yarn, and have fun.
Right.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Right, perfect. Right. That's not like the way it should be, right?
Yes.
So I think her yarn store will get a lot of like a better idea. Just pick a yarn, have some fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
Make a sweater. Go right ahead. Plug it in here. You know, it's
Yeah.
pretty. What a nice thing Frank has given the knitting community, right?
Yes.
Thank you, Summer. Lucia, have you started your Phrancko sweater yet?
I haven't yet. I'm working on just this little summer tank top right now, and I've been swatching with some different yarns, but I haven't committed. I have commitment issues, so I haven't committed to anything. This is Machida by, is that who? Oh gosh, I don't know my yarns. Machida.
Malabrigo. Is it Malabrigo?
Yes, Malabrigo. Thank you.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, so I've done that, and I have a couple other yarns that I'm considering. I just need to pick one.
I would say with your first Phrancko, just like how Frank does a lot of cables and stuff with a lighter color yarn, on your first Phrancko, maybe go with like a medium color.
Okay.
Right. Just so you can see what's going on.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea.
Like even with this sweater, I never did his Henley.
Yeah.
But if you just follow the instructions, it just happens.
It just,
but it's nice to see it just happen.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
So yeah, I would go with a medium.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good suggestion.
Show us the yarn you just held up.
This other one is a DK, and it's silk and 65% silk and 35% linen.
Oh, that sounds like a beautiful combination.
We can see the shine of.
Yeah. I actually did a tank top out of this in like a beige color too. And the fabric's really nice.
Oh yeah.
You'll find that I am typically, you know, cream or tan, or this is way outside this is, you know, really outside my comfort zone. So maybe not a good idea for my first Phrancko sweater because I want to wear it.
Right.
And it's a lot thinner. So I think the DK wouldn't be so, you know, wouldn't take me forever.
Yes, I always do DKs. Well, not always, but I tend to do DKs because they're lighter than worsted, obviously. And I live in California, so it's hard to have weather. I mean, you don't often have weather cold enough for a thick sweater.
Right.
But other people in this group are very brave to knit with fingering weight yarn.
Yeah.
If I want to finish a sweater in a quarter, I've got to finish it in DK at the smallest.
Yes.
Well, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah. I'm getting there. It just takes me a little time.
I used Machida in the shawl I just finished.
Oh.
I really loved it.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually 5 different yarns in this. It's so big, I can't really show you the whole thing.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
It's just enormous, this thing. It's just, I mean, it goes on and on and on forever.
Oh, it sure does.
Yeah.
It's like a spider's web.
Yeah, it's a giant spiral, actually. It's Garter Abyss by Stephen West.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I used 3 skeins of Malabrigo sock and 1 skein of the Machida and 1 skein of my own handspun.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and I just finished blocking it the other day.
Lovely.
Well, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's big, but it looks very light and airy.
Yeah, it's fingering weight on size 6 needles, so it's very light and open and big. It's almost like a blanket, honestly, more than a shawl.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it for you or is it a gift for someone?
It's for me. Because it's got my hand spun in it, and I don't want to give it away to anybody.
Right.
Keep it. It's nice.
Good for you.
I'll use it as a blanket in the winter when it gets cold.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of my knits end up being gifts, but not on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
It's more theft.
And it looks like you're working on something else now, Will. What are you working on?
Yeah, this is my first Phrancko. I started quite a while ago now, and I'm about halfway done. It's just a very plain black t-shirt.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I know you can't see any details because it's black, but
yeah.
You'll get a lot of wear out of that.
Yeah, this is one I made. This isn't a Phrancko, but it's the same idea, top down t-shirt. And because I asked myself, well, I really want to wear the stuff I make. What do I wear? I wear black t-shirts. I really do.
So make them. That's fun.
Yeah. So make them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So make them.
And what yarn are you using for the one you're making now?
It's a 50 cotton, 50 bamboo blend.
Oh, nice.
From Knit Picks. I think it's called Shine.
Yep, that's a Shine. Yep.
Yeah. It's very
I love my Knit Picks.
I love it.
What's the gauge on it? Is it on?
I'm using size 6 needles, and I think I'm getting 5.5 stitches to the inch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's a DK weight?
DK, yeah.
Yeah.
And you said it's cotton and linen?
The one I'm working on now is cotton and bamboo.
Cotton and bamboo.
And the one I'm wearing is cotton and linen.
I see.
Yeah. Yeah, the cotton and linen, I love the fabric. I love the way it washes, but I did not enjoy knitting with it because the linen has very little stretch to it. And I found that it bothered my hands if I worked on it too long. But the bamboo, because it's a synthetic made from bamboo, it has more stretch to it. And I really like working with it. So I think I would use that again. And I don't know if I would work with the linen blend again. I love the finished product, but the process is a little hard for me. Yeah.
I was watching last episode from Roxanne, and she has started a new top, sleeveless top, and she chose a chainette linen yarn, 100% linen, but chainette, and mentioned that it was easier on the hands than a full linen. So
that's interesting.
I haven't seen a chainette 100%. I'd be curious what one. I haven't seen 100% chainette linen.
It was called something like Dando or Dambo, Danboh, something like that.
I actually have that yarn.
Oh, you have?
Oh.
So what is it? Dan what?
It's Dando.
Dando. Have you
She's a designer.
Have you worked with it? Have you used it yet?
Yeah, I have worked with it, and it's probably one of the first yarns I was using. I ended up taking the sweater out because I thought it wasn't going to fit, but I actually liked it. It is it's not like working with wool, you know. I mean, definitely a little harder on the hands, and I haven't worked with, well, actually I have worked with another yarn that it's a Nora yarn, and it's paper and linen. Now talk about hard to work with. This stuff was like, it turned out a great top, but like, it is painful to get, it was painful to get through. But this was much softer and a bit easier to work with than I imagine, like your typical, like regular linen, because it is a chain net.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. I'll have to look into that because I love linen. I also live in California. And so, it's like over 80 degrees today. So finding stuff that I can still wear, it's hot half of the year here. And so linen is a really great choice.
Yes. Yeah. And she's out of, the lady, she brings it in from Japan, and she lives in Arizona, and she is a designer, but she also sells just like 2 or 3 Dando linen or yarns. One's a silk, one's this linen, and I think she has 1 or 2 other ones.
Cool. Check it
Oh,
out.
I just saw her on Ravelry.
Yeah, she's on there.
Okay. Really nice. Oh, that is so cool. 100% linen. Son of a gun.
Yeah.
I have been dying to work with something like that.
I have so much.
Oh, I love it. I'm going to have to buy my husband a really nice bottle of wine.
I don't know if you can see, but you can see it's got
a little bit of
stretch. I don't know if you can kind of see the holes in it a little bit.
Yeah.
And it has a little bit of a stretch.
Let me see if I can figure out how to.
And that's the Dando.
Yep, this is the Dando 100% linen.
Seems really reasonable too. $18.50 a skein for 100%. Oh, isn't that nice? Oh yeah, that's gonna get me in trouble right now. Just so you know. The husband needs a really nice bottle of wine.
Yes, I was gonna say you're gonna have to up the wine budget for your husband.
Oh yeah. Oops. Sorry, honey.
Well, I have a project, and this is also kind of I think I showed it to you and I was just finishing it, but here's my sister wearing it.
Oh,
Whoa. That was so nice.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's like a heavy lace weight. And I'm making another one for me.
Oh man, look at that.
Yes.
Takes about an hour and a half to do 1 inch.
Oh man.
Yeah. And I timed how long it took to hem everything, and it takes about 10 hours to hem everything.
Oh my gosh.
Because this is these are size 2 needles. It's
my goodness.
But it's really comfortable for summer. It's very lightweight.
Yeah.
What's the yarn again?
This is the fiber company Meadow, it's called, and it's linen and a little bit of wool and silk, I think, and baby llama.
Oh,
it's very thin, and
that sounds nice.
Can you see that? Wait,
just a little, yeah.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
it looks like, is that a
kind of rustic
ply? Is that what it is?
It's not a loose ply, but it's
well, maybe it's just because you're holding it so close.
It's just a rustic combination of fibers, I think.
I see.
That's why it's got the linen, I think, doesn't take much of the dye, and you can see all the white in there.
Yeah.
It's pretty though.
It is pretty nice.
And the color work, is it color stranded or?
No, mosaic.
Mosaic, okay.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll show you again. See.
Yeah.
I guess
That's
it's knitted flat.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
Very nice. Très, très beau.
Well, in 3 weeks, I think I'll have this one done, maybe. And then I already have my yarn for my Franco. I'm very excited to get started. It's going to be a saddle Franco. And I don't know how I'm going to design it, but I'm definitely going to do something like moss stitch or something. And
what color?
Well, I'm going to make 2. I'm going to make a blue one, and I'm going to make a kind of a soft green tweed one from myself.
Oh, nice.
Almost the same color as Sumner's yarn that he got.
Yeah, I love greens. I don't know. It's I'm boring because I always gravitate to this color, but I love this color.
Well, at least it's a color. I gravitate towards this color because this is what I'm knitting on, and this is what I am gonna use for my next one, and this is what I have in the linen.
Well, that's classic, though. That's very pretty.
Like me in reverse. Yeah.
But what about the tomato juice or
right?
What about spaghetti sauce or cranberry juice or red
I
wine?
don't wear them when I eat Italian food or sushi.
Right.
That's a great strategy.
Yeah.
Oof, rough.
Thanks, Judith. Now I'm starving to death.
Yeah.
It's
we have a new pho restaurant here. I'm gonna go out for pho tonight.
Oh, cool.
Ooh,
Very excited.
Yeah.
For what? Sorry, Sumner. For what?
Pho.
What's
It's
that?
it's a Vietnamese
soup,
braised rich broth with
Uh-huh.
like beef and or pork or but noodles mostly in broth with I don't know. So it's Asian, right? It's broth, noodles,
Okay.
and protein, right?
Okay.
Lots
So
of fresh greens.
yeah, so the French had colonized Vietnam, and they brought pot-au-feu with them, of course, because that's what the French do with their food, right? And the Vietnamese kind of turned it into this beautiful, rich broth noodle soup that they call pho after the French pho. And it's delicious, rich broth, just like pot-au-feu, only it's like rice noodles and fresh vegetables and braised meats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting. Yeah.
Very yummy. Oh, I just love it.
It also it often has twigs.
Twigs.
What am I trying to say? Little sprigs of basil.
Basil.
Yeah.
Leaves in it.
A lot of fresh basil, and
sometimes it's got raw jalapenos sliced into it. And it's just full of flavor. It's just very flavorful.
So good.
Yeah, it's really yummy. So I love
go to a Vietnamese restaurant to get that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Your sweater is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Love the color. Frank, can you spotlight her?
Yes, let's spotlight her.
Ooh.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
That's as for quick, that's perfectly quick. It's free too. It's called Cloud Dancer by Drops. Super quick. And I bought this yarn as an impulse buy, and I was wanting to use it. So this is just a humble yarn that I loops and threads.
Great.
Okay. Nice.
Beautiful.
I have no idea if that's what I paid for it, but I just could not figure out how to use it. And since I finished the knit along with Kathy, her sweater, I decided to hunker down and figure out what to knit with it. And I came across this. I actually looked it on Ravelry and saw what people knit with it. And I realized it took patterns and lace pretty well.
Yeah.
So I came across this, which has the lace.
Yeah, I like that.
And it's just kind of random, but it's really just ribbing. Is all this is.
It's really
looks like it's really comfortable.
Oh yeah, it's 100% cotton, and it's thick cotton because it's about a worsted, I would guess. I don't know what needle size. It does say medium. I don't remember what needle I used on it though.
Did you knit it top down or bottom up?
top down, and I hadn't knitted a top down in a long time, so I wanted top down. And then I just wanted something that this yarn would suit. And I love this pattern. It's very quick. If you need a quick knit, I'd recommend it because it's just immediate.
Looks like it'd keep your interest too.
Yeah, it is pretty interesting, and you don't get to the stockinette till kind of the end, and just whip right through it and make a great gift for somebody, because I think it's probably a good fit for a lot of people because of the design.
No definite shortage.
Yeah. I was shocked how easy, because you never know some of these like drops patterns and so forth, but this one, it was excellent. It was written excellent, had a nice schematic.
Good.
So I'd recommend it.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you for noticing.
So Jenny, what are you working on?
I'm still plodding along on my doing the knit with make along. It's getting getting longer. Hang on a minute. Just turn it round. So it's growing.
Oh, it is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you can't see. Oh, my light's in the wrong place, so you can't see the pattern repeat. I don't think.
Yeah,
when you hold it closer to you, we can see it
closer to you.
See better that way.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Very nice.
Yes.
So, coming
I
along.
like it with that yarn. That's really pretty. Is that a linen or is that a cotton?
That's linen. No, that's a linen. This is recycled linen.
Oh.
And so it's 85% recycled linen and 15% viscose. So yeah.
So is it a little softer on your hands because it's recycled?
It feels it. It doesn't feel hard on your hands at all. It's not got much no stretch in it at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's looking good. Yeah. Not growing very fast, but it is growing.
Another group I was in was talking about linen yarn, and someone suggested, soaking your linen and then letting it dry and then rewinding the ball so that it would be a little softer to knit with. Which I actually did that because I undid my top and it was all crinkly. So I put it in the bath and then strung it across my shower back and forth and let it hang dry. And it does, I haven't knit with it again, but it does feel a little softer than a new ball.
Great suggestion.
But I do remember getting that kind of papery feeling, like the little bit of residue on your hands from the linen too.
Yeah, I think with just the flax and what it is, it just has that feel to it.
Nature, yeah, it's just the nature of the fabric or the yarn.
Yeah,
fiber.
I'm liking the fast knit right now because everyone knows I have the attention span of a gnat. I gotta knit it and get it over with. But I love doing it. This is a lot of fun. But I think the next thing is back to Argyle socks and Frank's hoodie.
There you go. Frank, when you say like the sleeves, they're like set-in sleeves, but they're seamless, but do they act like a seam, like a set-in shoulder? Like, does it have the structure?
Yeah, that's what it has. It has the structure.
Okay.
So there's a faux seam that goes up from the armpit straight up to the top of the shoulder, just like a set-in sleeve would have a real seam there. The sleeve cap is, if it were flattened out, it would be bell-shaped, just like a set-in sleeve cap is usually bell-shaped.
Okay. Yep. Yep. I see that.
Sumner is showing his.
Yes.
Yeah. So see,
shoulder.
You have this.
So that faux seam gives the stability that like a set-in sleeve seam would.
I don't know that. I think it's the shaping of the sleeve cap that gives it that stability.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And the seams, the cast on stitches across the shoulders and across the back of the neck, those give a lot of stability to the width of the shoulders, so they don't pull and drape off of the shoulders.
Okay. Okay. I have a few people that are, all about seamed garments, and, oh, they're not much of a fan of a top down, and they don't hold their shape and things like that. And I'm like, well, I haven't knit one of these yet, but I think I found your, found your fix for that.
Yeah, it holds its shape. It absolutely holds its shape. It's yeah.
It depends on the yarn too. I mean, if you pick a really soft yarn and you're knitting it on big needles, a small, a fingering weight, if you're knitting it on 6s or 7s, it's going to be much more drapey. I think Ron did a really good job with that last sweater he showed, and what he did was he used the tight cast on across the back of the neck to keep it from stretching. And that's where he put the structure.
Right. And I'll do one purl stitch under each arm and drop it down the sides.
Oh, like as a faux seam on the side.
As a faux seam. And so this one, it doesn't lend itself well to do that, but on a smaller yarn to give it kind of a structure.
Yeah.
Right. So it isn't like a tube, right? It actually has a normal fold.
Yeah.
Which
okay.
Is what the seams do. And the fit is stellar because it's custom fit, right?
Right. Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
I have never had trouble with any of my sweaters drooping from the body down. In fact, I haven't had any drooping anywhere except one that I didn't publish, which had a big band of garter stitch across the chest. And the garter stitch stretched out, and that sweater gets longer and longer as I wear it through the day. But it's because it's got garter stitch.
Yeah.
But I almost always knit with wool or a wool silk blend or something like that. And I know people say cotton stretches. I did do one cotton sweater, and I don't wear it a lot because it's a little tight on me and it doesn't look good. But it does. I've been told that cotton would stretch, and I didn't do anything to keep it from stretching, and I haven't noticed that is a problem the times I have worn it.
Yeah.
But anyway, as far as wool holds its shape to me. I don't need to put anything to support the sides. That hasn't been my experience anyway. But you do have to make sure you do the top the way I suggest in the pattern. Do not use a provisional cast on along the back of the neck so that you can continue with stitches up to the ribbing. I mean, that would be what some people might tend to do, but that provisional cast on will not have the horizontal structure that you really want it to have, to not pull apart and make the sleeves get farther and farther apart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had done a 30 linen, 70 cotton sweater on looser needles because I loved the drape. But then every second time I wear the sweater, I have to wash it and reblock it. But that's the yarn. It doesn't matter. Like if that was a a seamed sweater, I'd have the same issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
maybe it's also because you did a loose drapey fabric.
Right.
So
it's exactly. If I did it needles to gauge as the pattern, as the yarn was spun to take, I wouldn't have an issue.
Joellen, we haven't heard much from you today. Got anything you want to share with us?
Oh, I'm hungry. I do. I got some pretty new yarn I want to share for my next Phrancko. This is this little husband or wife people at the global backyard up in the Northwest. I don't know if it's Oregon or California. I'd have to look. But they made this in honor of the Japanese cherry blossoms, and it's 100% merino wool. It's soft as it can be. I was telling Sumner that in their description of it, they say it's squishy. So that, and it is. It's very squishy and soft. And then I got some of the rose and denim.
Pretty.
And I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to present all that, but that's my plan.
It looks really thick. Is it a bulky? Is it a bulky yarn? What's the weight of the yarn?
Yes,
bulky?
it is.
Yeah.
And I haven't made your sweater in a bulky yet. I want it to be just real kind of loose and big and cuddly and warm. Sit around and watch TV and eat popcorn in.
Yeah.
And I was working on my hat, and I noticed that I went too far because I'm listening to everything going on. So I'll have to back it up a little bit to finish that.
Oh, hold it up so we can see.
Oh, it's just that same little 1898 hat that has the ear flaps.
Mm-hmm.
So let's finally get this turned around right.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's
the same one that Serena was doing. You're doing it flat. You do it flat?
I've done several of those as well. They're awesome.
Yeah, it's a great hat.
The people that give that pattern away, Siemens, let me look this up for a quick. Seafarer and Marine folks. They it's an organization. I think it's a religious organization, but what they do is they give all those patterns away, and they hope that you'll make some hats and vests and scarves and things and send them, and they distribute that out to all seafarers that are out running around during Christmas. So for free, they just load them all up.
Oh.
And it's a flat pattern. It's not in the round. Do you seam it up?
It is flat now, it's a double. The rib that goes here, actually, it opens up, so it's doubly thick here, and then I'll connect it in the back, and then it'll go to in the round for the top.
Okay.
That's my second one. I have a third one going. I'm hoping to give the third one to them, but I don't know if it gets distributed to other people as we go along.
Is it on Ravelry?
Yep.
I believe so. That's who started this? Sumner?
That's where I got mine. Well, I think so. Roxanne Richardson did a thing on that hat, and that's what got me interested in it. And then I picked up the pattern on Ravelry, and I just wanted to make some hats, right? Because I'm in New England, it's cold.
Oh yeah,
and that's a warm hat.
1898 hat, and that's the year that they had a photo of this hat, and they figured out how to make it, and that was the year that photo was. I think is the story behind that.
Yeah, it's cute. I might have to put one on the needles.
Right. And you can double knit the whole thing so it's double thick the whole way.
Oh, yeah, imagine.
So you can pick up the inside and make a hat after you make the outside.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty neat.
a lot of folks have done color work with it, and that's what I started doing. I just, play with color work and practice with color work. So you should look at all the thousands of projects and get all kinds of ideas of some beautiful work people have done.
I'll try
that one has a lot of project notes in Ravelry.
It has 7,317 projects that have been posted. I'm sure there's many more.
Yeah, it's fun.
I did the Musselboro hat. I don't know if you guys have seen that on Ravelry.
I did those for gifts for Christmas. It's great.
Yeah, it's fun.
Musselburrows? What's that hat?
I haven't heard of that one.
You start at the top, and like cast on in a circle, and you work all the way down, and you just keep going until you get to the other end, and then you bind off like a normal beanie, and then you stick it in itself, and it's a double. It's kind of a double knit.
Isn't that fun?
Very clever.
And you can change color. So what I did is you start at the crown and you knit down to like here, and then I changed color and did the other half of it. So it was double-sided and they could wear it either color they wanted.
Oh, yeah, so if you turn it inside out, it can be one color or, yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that clever?
It's like cheating at double knit, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. You basically knit a long tube and, make the ends, decrease them like a hat and then just tuck it inside the other one.
Yep. And it's made so that you can use any gauge. I think that's right.
I think so. Any gauge, any yarn.
4 to 8 stitches or something like that. Yeah.
And I think she has a tutorial on how to get started with the pinhole cast on or something. I don't remember what it was called, but.
Kathy, may I ask how your knit along is going? I wanted terribly to join you. I was frightened that I would be left behind in the dust. I'm so slow that I thought, well, I wouldn't.
Oh, you're on mute.
We can't hear.
Sorry, I laugh so much when people are talking. I mute myself. So we're doing it all summer, so you can join anytime. We have people just now casting on. So
I don't know why I was just scared to death. I'm such a country hick that I thought I would be amongst folks that just left me in the dust.
We have meetings on Mondays at 4 Eastern, but not this Monday because it's Memorial Day.
Okay, on Zoom.
On Zoom, I'll send it to you. Put your email in the chat and I'll send it to you.
I have an email from you talking about it. Is that where I'll just go into there and get it there, right?
Yep, you can do that. Yeah. And I think there's a blog post about it too.
Okay.
With the link.
But I'll still give you my information.
Okay.
If I can figure out how to do it on the TV.
Yeah.
It's not easy to do.
Some people are knitting, they're like knitting one and then they're going to knit another one and whatever.
I love the pattern as well. And it's just right for this time of year. Those little cool shirts.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So it's fun. There's maybe 20 people, I think, about. Wow. Not everybody shows up to all the Zoom meetings, but it's a nice size group.
Nice. Congratulations on that, Kathy.
Thank you. Well, Serena helped organize the whole thing.
We have come to the end of the hour, probably the fastest hour of the week for some of us.
Darn it.
And so it was a really lovely visit again. And thank you all for showing up and for sharing with us. And we'll see you all next week.
Right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Frank.
Bye.
Bye.